coming up on the April edition of Channel 12's Lakeside News. We'll feature a local artist who documents his vast life experiences and interests through his vibrant work. Spring is here. The Freshwater Society wants you to come to their annual Ice Out Loon In extravaganza. Lights, camera, action. Nate Reinitz will tell you all about LMCC's new local music showcase, Soundcheck. And we'll take a look back at the Excelsior Amusement Park in this month's Lake Lore. Lakeside News is next. Hi, I'm Chris Vogt, and welcome to Lakeside News, where you'll find news and events from around the lake area. In this month's Around the Lake, we'll feature Deephaven artist Philip Noyed, whose vivid images and bold colors tell stories about his life experiences and passions. Tyler Rabe reports.
Everything is active in the painting.
Artist Philip Noyed truly lives his life on a canvas.
Well, with my paintings, I sketch regularly, and when I sketch, I just let whatever flows flow. For me, it's really best for me to come up with an idea that I then build off of, and then often I'll have like hints. I'll listen to the radio and I'll hear something about Prometheus or by Franz Liszt or something by Mozart, and so then that gives me a theme. Color is something that is very primary within my paintings. I see painting with different colors as courting, and then figurative because as it turns out, there's many figures within most of my paintings. One thing that's influenced me is just music and composers. And the similarities between being a painter and composing a structure in black and white, and then being the painter who brings it to life with color. Basically, over a sketchbook, one idea will emerge as very powerful, and so it's more of an exploration, and I don't really start with a set point. I started in drawing when I was little, and it's always been a part of my life. Art has always been a part of my life, but I did filmmaking and photography in high school, and I've kind of come back around to that.
Never one to settle, Philip set a goal for himself to qualify for the Boston Marathon. To document his challenge, he turned again to his art.
It took me 5 years. I thought it would be easier. But 5 years of training, and I finally nailed it. What I wanted to do with the marathon was start from the beginning and take it through to the very end. This one was a challenge for me because I actually started with a subject point, and I wanted to do it within my style and be able to convey the energy of a whole marathon within a painting. It took me about a month to complete. And I think that that's in part because there are so many different sub-themes within it and trying to hold it all together. The center figure is really galloping, but up in the air and almost weightless. But I actually use the soles of my shoes and put them onto the painting, and so those become part of the texture of the painting, is the actual shoes I use for running the marathon. I think that it is similar to my passion as a runner, and I think that the running discipline lends itself to being an artist because you have to be very goal-oriented, each one of these paintings is the beginning of an exploration, and I really enjoy the process of both painting and researching about the content.
For Philip, art is about exploration and discovery, and considering his wide range of influences, his journey seems far from over.
I love it. I love the fact that in an abstract painting that people can find their own, both their own objects, but also their own meaning.
Previously on America's favorite daytime drama, Lake Minnetonka. Brick has a secret.
Bunny,
Yes, Brick?
I have a secret.
What is it?
We interrupt this program to bring you this important message.
The Lake Minnetonka Communications Commission, located in Spring Park, Minnesota, offers free television production classes. You heard it right. Free, free, free. All you need to do is sign up and show up to receive your special TV training. That's right, folks. That's it.
Wow, that sure looks easy.
Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help bring your idea to the big screen. Well, that is if you have a big screen.
Why, thank you. We are very friendly and knowledgeable.
You'll learn the secrets of how a television studio works.
If you can't see video, try taking off the lens cap.
Wow! Thanks, LMCC.
From studio lighting and nonlinear editing to on-location shooting, we'll guide you down the path you need to succeed. Just call us at 952-471-7125 or go to our website at www.lmcc-tv.org to get started today. Hurry in, folks. An opportunity this good won't last forever.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
So, you're not mad?
Of course not, you big lug. I just wish that you would have told me about LMCC's production classes. Maybe next time we can take classes.
Together?
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Hello, my name is Diane Lynch and I'm a senior manager at the Freshwater Society. And my friend Larry the Loon and I are here to welcome you to our second annual Ice Out Loon In fundraiser. It will be Thursday, April 12th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Lafayette Club, and there will be lots of fun to be had by all. We are planning on having a loon calling contest. Rhubarb Valentino Band will be playing throughout the evening. We will have over 100 silent auction items, a couple raffles, great food, and you can join us in having a special drink called the Lutini. Joining me now is Pat Sweeney, the Communications Director at the Freshwater Society, and he'll give you a little background on the ice outs.
And the reason that Larry is here is Larry is one of the two harbingers of spring. One of them is ice out on Lake Minnetonka, and the other one is the arrival of loons on their migration north. They stop on the lake and other lakes as they wait for open water in their nesting grounds. Ice out on Lake Minnetonka has been tracked and recorded since 1855. The founder of the Freshwater Society, Dick Gray, had a lot to do in tracking down many of those records. The average median ice out date is April 14th, the same the day that it occurred last year. We've had it as early as March 11th, as late as May 8th. It looks like this year it's going to be early because we had one of the 4th balmiest winters ever.
So please join us for our great event on Thursday, April 12th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Lafayette Club. Great time will be had by all.
Isn't that right, Larry?
One of our duties here at the Lake Minnetonka Communications Commission, or LMCC, is to assist members of our community with any cable-related issues. If you're having problems with your cable service, please call us at 952-471-7125.
Hi, I'm Greg Sletton here on the set of Soundcheck.
potters made these large vessels for transporting beer between tavern and brewery and tavern and tavern. And so they would scrawl this little caricature of him with this long gray beard. And so they just gave shorthand for, rather than bring me that big keg of beer, they said, hey, bring me over a gray beard.
The band kind of is a group of a collection of some high school buddies and some guys that I've met in my 15, 16 years of being around the lake.
Mm-hmm.
So
you've got how many members?
Between 2 or 3 on up to 8.
How do you like the weather here? It's a little bit different, I'm sure, than down in South America.
Oh yeah, it's much colder down there.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen snow actually, so that was a bit of a shock for me. But
yeah,
apart from that,
we've had kind of a warm winter, but we did get just a nice shot of snow. So you're out there doing snowballs or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean it's fun to do it for the first time. It's kind of weird to do it when you're 18, but.
Coming up next, we'll take a look back at the Excelsior Amusement Park in this month's Lake Lore. Lakeside News returns in a moment.
I'm Jen Olson, State Senator from Senate District 33, which serves all of the Lake Minnetonka communities within Hennepin County. I always appreciate the opportunity to come and be a part of the Capital Update, and also I welcome hearing from many constituents who say they have watched the program. So thank you for the wonderful service that you give to our whole area at Lake Minnetonka Cable Communications.
Joe. Steven. Eric, over here. I'll take him right there. All right, thank you. Thank you. Right here.
Located just off the waters of Lake Minnetonka in the heart of Excelsior, the Excelsior Amusement Park opened on May 30th, 1925. Inspired by New York's Coney Island, this park featured dozens of attractions, including a Ferris wheel, a carousel, penny arcades, and a large wooden roller coaster called the Cyclone. The park was owned and run by Fred W. Pierce, who was an established amusement park operator and roller coaster builder. The park was at the peak of its popularity in the 1940s and 50s, and by the 1960s, it became a teen hangout. One of the park's most popular events was Axel Day, based on the TV show Axel and His Dog. This special day featured free rides and, of course, a visit from Axel himself. By 1968, the Cyclone had to be completely rebuilt due to safety concerns. Rides had begun to creak, and the building fronts appeared shabby. The eventual decline began, and the park officially closed in 1973. The original site now consists of condominiums, Maynard's Restaurant, and the Bayside Grill. The carousel has been preserved and is still in operation at Valley Fair in Shakopee. While the Excelsior Amusement Park remains a thing of the past, it has still captivated the hearts and minds of Lake area residents for generations.
Like a force of nature, drinking begins to destroy our world. Chaos surrounds us. Drunk driving, failed relationships, school ditched, work missed, empty promises. Our lives become out of control. Nothing seems to make a difference. We feel trapped in the worst of the storm. But the storm can end. Alcoholics Anonymous can help us weather the storm one day at a time. In the darkest days, there is hope. There is light. There is Alcoholics Anonymous. If alcohol has become a problem in your life, look us up in the phone book or visit aa.org. Alcoholics Anonymous, we can help.
Well, there you have it. News and events happening in and around the lake area. If you have a news story or see something exciting going on, please let us know. We can be reached here at the LMCC at 952-471-7125, via email at lmcc@lmcc-tv.org, or please check us out on our website at www.lmcc-tv.org. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month on Channel 12's Lakeside News.
Well, we had our initial meeting about a painting and the ideas for the painting. There was a lot of ideas, and we talked about doing several things. You know, melding the historical mound with the current day mound. What would be critical features to have in there? And I mean, everybody had ideas, and you know, they were all good ideas. But from my standpoint, other than doing a collage of all kinds of different stuff, which didn't appeal to me, I wanted to do a painting that, number one, a painting that I would enjoy doing and would feel good about doing, because if that doesn't happen, then usually things don't go well from start to finish. I need to be able to do something I can get excited about. So I happened to see the mound logo, which is basically this, and I thought, well, why not tee off of that? I mean, this logo is all over town, different places, hanging from the banners, from the lights and so forth. And I said, well, I could take this simple design and I will incorporate that into a painting. And so I started doing some sketches, and obviously the logo is static and graphic and so forth. I wanted to bring some interest and some motion and some nice color and so forth into a painting. I like the angle of the boat. To me, it's got beautiful lines to it. I like the way that this sailor was kicking out to the side, leaning back as the sailboat is yawning over, or whatever they call it. Anyway, so this is, you know, one of the main critical areas, obviously, of the painting. The sailboat kind of dominates the painting. So that ties in with the logo. Obviously, we also have, you know, there's a seagull in the logo, and so it's a no-brainer to put the seagulls in. For me, the seagulls were a really nice feature to balance this portion of the painting, because we have the sun. We have the sun over here, which is a dominating feature. You don't have to go overboard with a balancing object, but seagulls work perfectly up in this quadrant to balance the painting. Then we talked about, again, the new and the old. I'm going to have the existing depot as it sets by the beach here, over on this side, and then I'm putting in the Surfside. The old Surfside restaurant is going to be in, and then obviously the clock towers that also represent new. So we got new clock towers, you know, historical building with the Surfside, which was really, in my mind, the most identifiable building. The Surfside was still there when I lived in Excelsior. We used to boat over on Tuesday nights because they had crab leg specials. So anyway, this is how I came up with the design for the painting, and I brought this to the city and they liked it. And so after that, it's a simple matter of doing the painting. What I'm I'm going to do first is I'm going to work on a little bit of detail. I'm going to work on this top gull that I have. I'm actually going to have, there's going to be 3 of them in the painting. I have the luxury right now of working on over this oil because it's dried. It dried all weekend, so I can actually, usually I'd have to use a maul stick where it holds my hand away from, so I don't get my hand on the painting surface itself, but the paint's dry, so I can go ahead and I work with oil paint, so I work with this is turpentine, and I'm just going to mix up kind of the basic color that I need. Always, in this case, going a little warm. Basically, do the outline of this gull. When I'm out in the boat in the summer, I take a lot of shots. I've always got my camera with me, and I take a lot of shots of just whatever happens to catch my eye. And this is just a random shot of a seagull flying. You know, it didn't take me long living in Mound to realize what a fantastic place that Mound is. Because Minnetonka never had a heart and soul like the city of Mound has. I remember in the early days, you know, the old parades that they used to have and so forth. And it was just a sense of community that, that Minnetonka never had. And I still tell people living in Mound, new people, residents that have moved in and so forth, what a difference it is and how special the town of Mound is. Just because of the kind of that community, sense of community that you have here in Mound. We have here in Mound. I theoretically live in Minnetrista, but I still always consider myself and call myself a Moundite. If you're going to live in the Twin City area, I think this is probably about as good as it gets.